Welcome to Care to be Fit, Hate to be Fat. I'm so excited that you've decided to take this journey and that you've committed to making a change in your life. If you will take what you're learning, implement it in your life, and remain accountable to me, communicate with me, follow up on your homework assignments, and do what you're asked to do, you will see changes in your life. Some of them will show up in weight loss and inches lost. And a lot of it is going to show up in just the way you think about things, the way you react to different situations, how you handle stress. There's a lot of things where you're going to see some very nice changes in your life. And that's what I'm most excited for. Of course, I want people to join the course and lose weight. But more importantly, I want people to feel empowered to make changes in their life, to make decisions, to do things that are good for themselves, rather than just going on another weight loss program where they'll lose weight and gain it back again. In fact, I want to make sure that right now you've already watched the first video that discusses the 4 components to how this course is going to work. The components being discovery, education, support, and accountability. If you haven't watched that video yet, please stop this one now, go back and watch that one, and it's going to set you up for success. If you have, then we're ready to go. What we're going to discuss for the next few minutes is the 3 P's and the 3 C's that are necessary for you to see success in this program, and really beyond this program. These 3 P's and 3 C's are integral into your success for the rest of your life. The first of the 3 P's is positivity. Now this one seems pretty straightforward, the opposite of negativity. Here's what I've seen in dealing with hundreds of different clients. A person's mindset is going to have a whole lot to do with whether they see success in any endeavor in life. If somebody goes into an endeavor, into a project, with a positive attitude, well, naturally, they're much more likely to succeed than somebody that enters with a negative attitude, one that is just going to set them up for failure. So are you coming into this program certain of success? Or are you skeptical? Are you thinking, oh, this is just going to be like another program, but it didn't cost very much money, so I'll go ahead and do it anyway? No, I need you to be on board. I need you to be positive, for you to be thinking, I'm going to do what I'm asked to do, I'm going to make the changes, and I am going to see success. Do you truly have a positive attitude? One way that you can tell if you do or not is by looking at other areas of your life. Do you routinely go in to scenarios, to situations in life, thinking that you will succeed? Or are you the proverbial glass half empty type person? Now, I don't expect you to change this overnight, but that's certainly going to be something that you'll need to work on, having a positive, upbeat attitude about life in general. And when you do, you'll see more success in life. That one's on you. I'll carry my end, I'll be as positive as I can, but I need you to carry your weight too. The second one is patience. This one is so important in making changes to your health and fitness, and to make big changes in any aspect of your life. And here's the real problem with current and popular weight loss programs. They actually feed off your impatience. Everything out there is lose 5 pounds this week, lose 10 pounds this week, fast, quick, easy weight loss. And yet you're coming into this program, and I hope you know that that's not what I preach. That's not what I sell. That is not what I promote. You're going to have to learn to slow down. Now, in our fast-paced world, that is a difficult thing to do. But patience is so important through this process because it will take time. Now, you may have weeks where you do well and you lose 2 or 3 pounds. And you may have other weeks where you plateau and you don't lose any weight. And what if you gain weight one week? What then? Do you throw in the towel and say, this is taking too long, I'm done? Well, I would certainly hope not. Because if you do that, you're just going to have to start over again at another point in time. Instead, your patience needs to kick in. And if you don't have very much of it, you're going to work on developing it. Just slow down. Take your time. We are making big changes in your life, or we will be over the next 8 weeks, and you will be for the rest of your life. Take your time. The third P is persistence. There's an expression that says, if you hate starting over, stop quitting. And isn't that really true? What we're looking to do now is create an environment that will have sustainable changes, ones that will last the rest of your life. But to get there, you need to be persistent in your work. Now, you will have weeks where maybe things just aren't going quite as well as you would hope, and you may back off a little bit. And sometimes you may even feel like giving up. But when you have that feeling, remember how far you've gone and that there's no sense in stopping. Because somewhere down the road, you're going to want to start over again because you won't be happy with your current state. So instead of setting yourself up to have to start over again, just stick with it. And remember the patience. Because we'll be moving slowly through the process, you can just stick with it. One step at a time. One foot in front of the other. When you reach one small goal, you'll move on to the next one, and then the next one. Remember this year is going to pass anyway. So you might as well be persistent in making changes so that this year will be better than the last one and the next one better than this one. But you'll only get there if you're persistent. Now let's go on to the 3 C's. The first one is commitment. This one ties in really well with persistence. But let me explain a little bit about why I think commitment is so important and why commitment is actually more important than motivation. People come into goals in life or to big projects and they usually start off with a lot of motivation. It's exciting to get started, knowing that you're going to make some big change, you're going to accomplish something great. But if the project is a long-term project, what usually happens with that level of motivation? Well, it starts to drop, doesn't it? And that's just natural. I liken motivation to infatuation. See, when you first start a relationship with someone, you've got that fuzzy feeling, you've got that energy that comes, that passion that comes with the new relationship. But what happens over time? Well, usually that infatuation subsides. That doesn't mean that you love the person any less. It just means that you don't have that same level of intensity that maybe you did at the beginning of the relationship. But does infatuation make a relationship last long term? Well, no. Those are the people that are constantly in and out of relationships, are those that leave when the infatuation wears off. But if you talk to somebody that's been married 40, 50, 60 years, what's kept them in the relationship? Well, it's been commitment. Motivation comes and goes. Commitment lasts forever. Are you a committed person? Well, you may say, well, no, I'm not a committed person because this is the 10th weight loss program I've done. It shows that I'm not committed. Well, maybe you haven't been committed to your health goals, but are there other areas of your life where you have been committed? Have you stuck to the same job for many years? Have you been married for a long time? Are there other areas of your life where you have shown that you can be a committed person? Well, if that's the case, we're going to use that strength and show you how you can be committed to your health. The second C is care. You're going to see that we will spend a lot of time working on your self-care. The fact is, you will never be able to take care of everyone else in your life well enough if you're not taking care of yourself first. This isn't selfish, it's just a fact of life. As you read through this course book, you'll see that I use the comparison to firefighters. And if a firefighter who sacrifices everything, puts everything on the line, for other people, for complete strangers. If he's not taking care of himself, if he's not going to the gym and creating greater strength and endurance, if he's not eating well and taking care of his health, is he going to be at his optimal performance or at his ultimate peak in order to take care of other people when a fire occurs? Well, no. We would expect, we would hope that a firefighter would be taking care of himself first so that he could then go take care of others. Well, that's what you need to realize, is if you're not willing to take care of yourself, to take time every single day for your own mental and emotional and then physical well-being, you're not going to be able to take care of those around you to the degree that you would like. Putting everyone else first in your life actually harms them. This is going to take time. I've found in working with obese clients that one of the things they're typically lacking is a care for themselves. They don't love themselves. So this may take some work, but look at yourself and see if you're really taking time every single day, even if it's only 5 to 15 minutes for you. The fourth one is choice, or the third one, I should say. The third C is choice. Do you have a tendency to blame others when things go wrong? Or do you take complete responsibility for your actions? If it's everyone else's fault and you're routinely pointing fingers at other people, this will not work. End of story. This is about being completely, absolutely honest with yourself and saying, from here on out, my health, my fitness, my mental, my emotional, my physical well-being is up to me. I choose to do better. I choose to do more. And when things don't go right, I'm not going to blame anybody else. It's on me. That is something that is sorely lacking in our world today. People always want somebody else to blame for what's going wrong in their life. And if you've had a tendency to do that in your life, that will stop you from making further progress. So you decide now. Are you on board? Are you going to do this? Are you choosing to make a change in your life? One that you will stick to, one that you will commit to? Well, if so, and if you can develop and work on these 3 P's and 3 C's, then your success, it's guaranteed. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be where you want to be at the end of the 8 weeks, but you will get to where you want to go. You will continue moving forward. Will you have roadblocks? Will you have potholes? Will you have obstacles? Well, of course, but that's just life. But if you develop these 3 P's and 3 C's, you're going to reach your health and fitness goals. Now, what's your homework for this week? Well, we've got a couple of them. The first one is to, first of all, read stage 1, if you haven't read it already, in the book, Care to be Fit, Hate to be Fat. And as you do that, you're going to cover the 3 P's and 3 C's once again. And then you're going to reach a section in the book that asks you to write down your 5 attributes, 5 strengths, things that you are good at. This is difficult for some people. I've had some of my clients that have struggled to come up with one thing that they think is a strength of theirs. And it's revealing, because if you have trouble coming up with those, it shows that you really are lacking in self-care. But that's okay. Again, this is a process. It's going to take time. Find somebody that you're close to, a good friend, a family member, that you can ask. If you're having trouble with these, coming up with more than 2 or 3 attributes and strengths about yourself, ask somebody else. Say, what is it that you like about me? What is it that you see that I'm good at? What this is going to do is show you that you do have strengths, that we are going to be able to leverage to attain your goal, your vision of health and fitness. Your second goal is an exercise one. This program will not work with inactivity. And as you read through the course and as we talk about the necessity of exercise, you'll see that this will be a focal point of all 8 weeks, is getting active. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming. If you've been very sedentary, I'm not asking you to go join a gym and start working out 8 hours a week. For one thing, it's unreasonable and it probably won't stick. We're looking to make long-term, slow changes. So if you have been sedentary, my recommendation is go for a walk. That's all. Just go for a walk. Go out planning on a 10 to 15 minute walk. Now, if you get out there and you feel like doing a little bit more, do a little bit more. Do 20 minutes to 30 minutes, but don't overdo it. Just start creating a habit of movement. And that's going to go a long way, not only in your weight loss, but improving your mindset and improving your overall health. Your emotional well-being improves with daily activity. So that's your second goal, activity, exercise. Now, if you are fairly active, let's say you're already working out 3 to 4 days a week, then look for ways maybe to tweak that a little bit. Add another hour. Increase the intensity of your workout. Just do something that takes you a bit further than where you are already. So you got that? I want you to write down your 5 strengths or attributes and start exercising or increase your exercise. Now, with that homework is one more step. I need you to communicate that to me. So you can email it to me, you could text it to me if it's brief, you could leave it on my Facebook page. But you need to be held accountable, and that's what I'm here for. So email me, text me, Facebook me, tweet me, whatever you want to do, however you want to get it to me. I want you to get me those 5 strengths and attributes and tell me what your exercise goal is going to be for this week. So you're started. Now you may want to do more. You may be reading the book and going, yeah, but I want to talk about what to eat and when. I want some recipes. I want this and I want that. Patience. Patience. We will get there. Take this first step. It'll pay off. I promise. It's all part of a process, but you are going to get there. As always, if you have any questions, please email, text, Facebook, tweet, however you would like to communicate with me. Shoot those off. I promise to get back with you, sometimes within a few minutes, but usually it doesn't take me much longer than an hour to get back with you. I'd love to hear from you, and I would love to hear your questions. Until next week, I'm Justin Mingo. Have a great week.